Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with towering skyscrapers and busy thoroughfares, there was a mid-sized logistics company. This company specialized in delivering packages and documents, ensuring they reach their destinations on time and in perfect condition. Despite not being the biggest or the wealthiest, it had a solid reputation and a dedicated group of employees who were committed to their jobs. Among these employees was a young man named Daniel. Daniel was 26 years old, and he wasn't the typical ambitious young man you might expect. He wasn't driven by luxury cars, designer clothes, or big parties. He just wanted a stable job where he could learn and grow. When he got the job as a junior employee at the logistics company, he was thrilled. He wasn't the smartest in the room, nor the fastest, nor the most experienced. He was just Daniel, the quiet guy with a strong work ethic and a thirst for knowledge. Daniel's colleagues were a mix of personalities. There was James, the loud and charismatic leader of the team, always cracking jokes and making everyone laugh. Then there was Sarah, the socialite who spent most of her time talking to colleagues from other departments. And don't forget Michael, the gossip, always in the know about everything that happened both in the office and outside. There were also those who were focused solely on numbers, thinking only about targets and deadlines. In short, Daniel found himself in a lively yet slightly superficial environment where being the best at your job wasn't always the priority. In this environment, Daniel stood out not because of who he was, but because of what he did. He wasn't the guy who made the most noise in the office. He was the guy who stayed 1 extra hour. Every day after everyone had left, Daniel would stay just 1 more hour, reviewing his work, learning something new, or helping finish a team task, even if he wasn't asked. His colleagues started to notice this, not because they cared about Daniel, but because they couldn't help but wonder why he was always there after 6 p.m. while they were out having fun. They started teasing him. "You think they'll notice just because you're always here after 6? James would joke, and the others would laugh along. It hurt sometimes, but Daniel kept doing it anyway. He knew what he wanted to achieve, and he knew it wouldn't happen during office hours. For 2 years, Daniel remained the quiet employee who worked hard and stayed late. He didn't get many promotions. Some of his colleagues even started to resent him because they thought he was trying to steal their chances with his hard work. Yet he didn't do it to be noticed. He did it to grow. During that extra hour, he taught himself advanced Excel, learned how to manage clients, and studied how the business made money. He was like a sponge, absorbing knowledge and skills that others took for granted. He paid attention to every small detail, learning the ins and outs of the business, and in that process, he built a skill set that very few people at the company had. Then one day, something unexpected happened. On a Monday morning, the department manager, a man who had been with the company for over 10 years, suddenly resigned. It was a shock because no one saw it coming. The company needed someone who understood the entire workflow, someone reliable, detailed, and calm under pressure. The HR team started looking for outside candidates, but the CEO wasn't sure if they would find the right person. That's when she had a conversation with James, the charismatic team leader. She asked him who the most hardworking and knowledgeable employee was. After some thought, James answered, "I know the guy. He's not in this department, but I know he can do it. That's the guy who's always staying late. Daniel, right?" The CEO remembered him. She had seen him around, always dressed neatly, always with a stack of books or reports under his arm. Within a week, Daniel was asked to come to the CEO's office. He was nervous, not because he was afraid of the meeting, but because he couldn't understand why he was being called. The CEO, a woman with sharp eyes and an even sharper mind, explained the situation to him. "I want you to prepare ideas on how we can increase efficiency in the next quarter. We need someone who knows the business inside out, and I believe you are that person." Within a week, Daniel presented his ideas to senior leadership. They were impressed. He was promoted to the position of operations coordinator within 2 months. By the end of the year, he was leading a team, including people who used to mock him. In the following years, Daniel continued to grow in his career. He became known not just as the guy who worked hard, but as someone who achieved results. People started to seek him out for advice and help. Even James, the charismatic leader who had once teased Daniel, now often approached him for help with complex tasks. Years later, Daniel was interviewed for a magazine. A student who had read his story reached out to him asking, "What's your secret to success?" He smiled and said, "1 extra hour a day. Not for them, for me." because success doesn't come to those who make noise. It comes to those who build in silence and let their work speak loud enough. And so the story of Daniel, the quiet employee who became successful through his hard work and dedication, continued to inspire many. It was a testament to the fact that success does not always come to the loudest or the most talented. Sometimes it finds those who are willing to put in the extra effort, stay focused on their goals, and let their work do the talking. Think about the times when you felt like giving up. Think about the moments when you were faced with challenges that seemed too big to handle. And think about the dreams you had, the goals you've set for yourself. Do you remember the aspirations you once had, the ambitions that burned brightly within you? Life can often get in the way. It can wear down our dreams with its daily grind, making us question if our aspirations are worth the effort required to achieve them. The weight of responsibilities, the fear of failure, and the allure of comfort can lead us to settle for less than we truly desire. Yet the story of Daniel reminds us that it's in these moments of quiet determination that success is often born. Daniel wasn't the loudest or the most popular in his workplace. He didn't have the flashiest ideas or the most impressive background, but he had something that mattered just as much, if not more, a quiet, unwavering focus on his goals. Daniel represents the countless individuals out there who find strength in solitude, who channel their energy into their work, and who let their actions speak louder than words. Daniel's journey is a beacon of hope for those who feel like outsiders, for those who don't fit into the mold of conventional success. It tells us that fitting in isn't everything. It's our unique qualities, our quirks, and our passions that often pave the way for our success. It's easy to get lost in the noise of everyday life, to let the opinions and expectations of others dictate our choices. But Daniel's story encourages us to tune out the noise, to trust our own path, and to stay committed to our goals. So whether you're facing challenges in your career, relationships, personal growth, or any other aspect of your life, remember the story of Daniel, the quiet employee who changed the game without making a lot of noise. Ask yourself, what extra hour can I dedicate to my goals? What small steps can I take today that will make a significant difference tomorrow? Your success might not come in the form of loud applause or immediate recognition. It may unfold quietly, steadily, and surely. Just like Daniel's, your story is still being written. The chapters that follow are waiting for you to fill them with your actions, your efforts, your dreams. So don't be afraid to embrace the quiet moments, to find strength in solitude, and to let your work do the talking. As long as you keep putting in the effort, your time will come, and when it does, you'll be ready.